Thank you. I'd like to begin by thanking all of you in this room for being so generous and supporting this dinner. Thank you. My congratulations to John and Jim and Margot. The first time, the very first time, oh, by the way, I need to tell you this, since they all went over their 1 minute time slot. I made a bet with 3 of my colleagues who asked me how long my speech was going to be, and I said I can only do it for a minute. And they said, that's impossible, you can't speak for a minute. So they each bet me $100. I got 3 of them. And whoever wins the money, me or them, it's going to the All-Stars. I wanted you to know that. The very first time I went to the All-Stars was with Dawn Crixton, as Chris mentioned. And she took me down to the 42nd Street facility, and I took a tour. And I was actually in awe. And I was in awe really for 2 reasons. The first was that this was something that I had never seen growing up. I grew up in the Bronx and mostly in Queens. We didn't have groups like this back then. But more important to me was that they used performance to bring out the best in young people. And that was personal to me because speech was instrumental to what I think I've accomplished in my life. It's when I went away to college and I met I met a professor who told me I should come out for the debate team. And he told me that if I could organize my thoughts, I can organize my life, and I should try debate. And he said, you have to learn to believe in yourself. He said, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you. And that was very important and instrumental to me. And the other thing is I met a young woman who taught me how to believe in myself. And 5 years later, she's still with me, my wonderful wife. It's not 5 years, but I'm not allowed to tell you how long we're married because she gets very upset because she thinks she looks way younger than I do. What my professor told me at the time was speaking and communications is a skill you can learn. It's like riding a bicycle or learning to type, which would have been a good thing if I learned to type back then. If you're willing to work at it, you can improve the quality of every part of your life. That's why I'm so impressed by what All Stars does and how they use performance to bring out the best in these young people. So I want to tell you that I'm not special, but these young people are special, and I applaud them. Now, I do have to leave you with this because Chris mentioned asking for the order, so I want to tell you how I learned how to ask for an order, how I know Jenny has perfected this. And I learned it a long time ago when I was living in Boston. And when I would leave my office every day, there was this little old lady who sold pretzels on the street. And I'd come out every day and I'd put down a quarter, so you know it was a long time ago. And I would never take a pretzel until one day she said to me, I want to talk to you. And I, who probably was in business for about 8 years at that time, I said, I know exactly what you want to say to me. And she said, you do? What do I want to say to you? Well, you're interested in knowing why I come out here every day, put down 25 cents, and never take a pretzel. She said, no, not at all. I want you to know the price is now 50 cents. And she looked at me, and she said, you got to ask for things in life or you don't get them. It's the best lesson I ever had. It was better than college and everything else. I just want to tell you that I'm delighted that all my former colleagues have come out and supported me. My 2 sons, one of my daughter-in-laws sitting at this table are here with me tonight. Of course, my wife. of many years is with me. And I thank you. I thank you for being so generous for this organization. Did I lose the bet? Yeah, I think so. All right. Thank you very much.